Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
TFG Interviews is an IVM production, and you can also check out their other awesome shows like Drinks and Destination, a handy guide to the world of wine, spirits and more, along with a dip into travels around the world.
You're listening to TFG Interviews.
Well, hello and welcome. This is yet another interview podcast show, and I think this interview podcast show will be the one you should be looking forward to, because we have none other than FPAI, Football Players Association of India President Renedy Singh. He's also a former player.
One of the awesome players that I grew up watching.
Yeah, exactly. Well. I mean, if you are Chiranjeet's generation, then yeah, where I only got to see him after he retired, and at this post where we know how FPAI have been very keen and looking at players, where they are, what they are, looking into their problems and trying to speak up for them, stand up for them. Though the Football Federation came out and said that, hey, we don't recognize them, but hey, they do their job.
A lot of complicated stuff going on over
so
there. But
we leave that aside. And we'll focus on what he had to say. Now, Chiranjeet was in conversation with this man. Chiranjeet, please give us a gist to it.
So, look, it was a long time coming. I wanted to meet him. I really loved him from his time at Mohun Bagan. Played a big role in, winning us the league back in 2001-2. And that is one of the, best league wins that has been, etched in my mind. So, he has had a long career, but often disturbed by injuries. He carried an injury throughout. So we talk about all that, his experiences as a player. But what I really wanted to talk to him about was the evolution he went through, after his playing career. After playing for India, being there in the Nehru Cup, playing in the Asian Cup, after which he retired from the national team. So after all that contribution, he did not stop. He continued evolving. He did coaching licenses, and he was the assistant coach at FC Pune City for the last 2 seasons. Yeah. Right? And then he becomes an administrator in the sense that he's the president of Football Players Association of India. And, at loggerheads, not at loggerheads, but really representing the side of the players in this whole merger fiasco, I-League, ISL, the draft, and everything else. So it's a very potent perspective that he has as a player, as a coach, and the president of the FPAI. So he wears many hats, and that's what gives him such a deep and all-round perspective. Yeah. Do I agree with everything he says? No, but it's really important to hear him out. One of the top 5 players I saw growing up. He was the assist master, the goal creator, and it's sad that we did not get to see more of him on the field. But hopefully, we will get to see him for years off the field.
Yeah, that's what he's been there. Right? It's great that he's still associated with the sport and in a big way. And let's not waste much time and get on with the conversation.
So this is like a big moment, fan moment. Because I've been a fan of yours since 2001, right? That season with Mohun Bagan, and we won the league there, and things sort of became tough for you, dealing with injuries and all that. And I remember you went to Renedy, it was back then, and you were playing in the lower division. And then you came back through JCT. So, what was that experience dealing with that injury?
It's the injury I have. I've been carrying this injury since 2001. I have got an inborn gap. Whenever the nerve gets compressed, then I have referred pain. Not many people know that, so they think that I'm not fit enough. But it's all because it's very rare. I think the guys from Arsenal, Ljungberg had the same problem, I think. So that's why he went and for the operation. He had a back operation, but it's not guaranteed that you'll be okay. So when he came here to play, he tried playing in Japan for 2 months and he's out. He came here for 1 month. In 15 days he was out. So I think it's a very rare. But so I was carrying. So I couldn't play 3 to 4 matches on a trot because the nerve. It's a difficult thing. It's quite uncertain. So every time, the moment I get to play 2 matches, then the next day, it's because the nerve get compressed. I have all tightness all over. And Bob Houghton, he knew that. So from 2001 till 2011, it was, of course, it was good and bad. At the same, in terms of injury-wise, it was such a difficult thing, to get on and on. Even before the Asia Cup, if you see, I was out for 5-6 months, on and off. Only one injury. I don't have any big injury. Just that it's a nerve problem with my back. So that's why I couldn't play the first match, and I came on for 15 or 20 minutes against Australia. I did well, and again I played for 80 minutes against Bahrain. I assist both, and 2 goals. And after that 75 or 80 minutes, I pull it again. Yeah. And then I didn't want to give up against Korea, but I thought, I tried for 8 minutes, and 8 minutes I pull it all over again, and I was out for 4 months. So that was this is the injury which I have been carrying. It's a sad thing, without this injury, I feel that I could have done much better, but then that's football, this is how. And yesterday when I was meeting those players, I was meeting all of them, and I'm quite close to all of the guys. And then when I was talking to them, we had a picture, and I played for 12 years. I started at national team when I was 1998, I think.
Yeah. Right after NFL.
Yeah, 2011 I retired after the Asia Cup. So that 12 years, after playing for 12 years, when I see them, I still feel like, it's not enough, Of course, 12 years is a long year, but again, coming back to Bagan, 96 I joined, Mohan Bagan has been my, the whatever we may say, of course, those days the training were not good enough, like these days, but I should say the fans, has been the best ever, till now, if you see Mohan Bagan East Bengal fans, they are the real ones. If you see, to play in front of 130, 120, that's for players, it's a dream come true. And if you can score or do well, that's the ultimate.
Yeah.
So and when I was after playing for Bagan, and I went to East Bengal, played for 3 years, and then I had problem with Naeem. I have no problem with Naeem, but then with the training style he used to do, I have. So I went to East Bengal. I played for 3 years, and then I don't like changing teams. So when I played for 3 years, Naeemuddin shifted to East Bengal. And the moment I got to know that he's coming, so I went to Mohan Bagan.
Okay.
So those days there was these things that you can't shift from one club to other. And then I was suspended for 2 months. Then I went to Bangladesh, played for 2 months, came back, joined Mohan Bagan again. So and then after playing again in Bagan for 5 years, after that 5 years, then Amal Datta came. Then I started having this injury on and off. Then Bagan were not sure after playing for 5-6 years. Then Renedy tearing an injury. So then I wanted to go back again to East Bengal. To East Bengal. So Subhash Bhumik said in that within the 5 years, in that 4th year I think, Subhash Bhumik said you can only come via Everedy. So because you can't go shift direct, right? Because I was suspended. Yeah. So I went through after playing in the Indian team, I went through Everedy just to go to East Bengal.
Okay.
And then suddenly. And then East Bengal, because of the injury, they didn't want me, so I came back again to Mohan Bagan, and then I finished the season there. I played for 5 years, first 1 year, and then next 5 years. Then I went off to JCT, and JCT. Why? Because with all the injury I was having, no one was not interested because Renedy is injury prone and stuff. Nothing to do with my quality, but when you have so many injuries, then a lot of teams they think twice. So then the one phone call I gave to Suki, and Suki is the one who made me play, who I got chance to play for the national team when I was 19. So he said, why don't you come? Don't worry about the money, just come. And then Sunil and me, we went into JCD. We played 3 years there. First year was not great, but the next 2 years we were second twice a season, with that type of team. Yeah. And then while playing there, Bob Houghton came, and then after that it's a history. Bob Houghton is the ultimate for me. It's the best.
Yeah, so that time, it's one of those giddy memories, We were winning SAF, we were winning Nehru Cup. You scored that free kick goal in the final. Yeah. So do you remember that moment?
Yeah, I was not the fittest, because I was carrying injury at that time as well. But when I came on for 30 minutes, I think that was something, because free kick is something which I have been, taking for 10, 12 years for the national team. So it was at the right time, but at the same time we concede after 1 minute, right? At the last minute, not even 1 minute, it's 40 seconds we concede, and I missed the penalty. So, but scoring against Syria, something at that moment was a good thing. But again, when we went to for the Asia Cup against Bahrain, it was my goal, right? It went in, it hit the bar, went in, come out, and then Sunil. Yeah, but in Bob's time, for me, that we started to learn that what every players, they have a duty and what they should do in the ground. Before that, I feel it's all with emotions. हम लोग, मर्द का ये है वो है, just fight for the country. Of course, we need to fight for the country, but the players need to know how to fight as well. So when Bob started giving us, what duty we need, where to run, how to run, when to run, and stuff. This is what we have learned from Bob. So 6 years with Bob, I think not only me, but I think a lot of players will say that was the best.
But ever since you sort of became irregular on the pitch, you was quietly doing your coaching licenses and everything, and now you have coached at Pune City for a couple of seasons. So how has that transition been? And
well, after playing in Kerala, then I was then after 5 months, then after finishing the league, then I got a call from my friend Nuno, who is an agent who used to take India team for the pre-season for 2 months in Barcelona in Portugal. So he said, Renedy, why don't you take a chance? You've just played. Why don't you go to Bulgaria and play there for the season? I know I was not young then, So, but still, for me to go out and learn is something which I always wanted to, because all due respect to all the coaches, and then I think when we started, we were not good enough, even in coaching wise. Now at least with the ISL coming, we get to learn so much that that of course even the young generation, they're wanting to learn something. So it is. So after playing there for 4 months, and then when I got back, so I was thinking to play for 2 more years, or to start coaching. This was my thing. And when I got to know that from the official of the Pune City, that David Platt is coming. So when I went there for the meeting, and he said, we are signing David Platt, so why don't you become an assistant? So after coming back straight, and I didn't go to Calcutta, I came from Paris, Mumbai. Then I had meetings with few clubs, and then when I met all the Pune guys, and they said that when David Platt is signing it, so David Platt is what we used to see. He's a Man City, and I was thinking from Man City and then Pune City, there is a big gap. So then I started thinking, why don't I take? Of course, as a player, we never want to finish. We want to, but then I was saying, after playing for 2 years, then what? Then I have to come. This is what I'm good at, so I have to come into coaching. So I had to take the decision, which was not easy for me, not to play or to become a coach or become an assistant. Then I was talking to my daddy, and said, because coaching is something which I would love to continue. So I said, Daddy, David Platt, this is a big thing, because I'm not going to get this chance again and again. So and it was the best thing it was not easy to take, honestly, but I think it was the best decision, for me to be an assistant of David Platt, because when he played, he's a legend. He played in Italy, and he have done well. I think few English guys who have done well in Italy. It's not only English. He is more like Italian English mix. And then what a great guy he is. That 6 months with him was also, after Bob Houghton, was a big learning lesson. And then last year again Havas, which is very different. This is more defensive. But every coaches we can learn so much, because they have coach in high level. Of course, big thing from David Platt, and then Havas I got to learn. But this is what I was giving myself at least 3 years. I signed with Pune City for 3 years, but then I worked for 2 years, and then after that, as an assistant coach, transition period, we get to learn. With David Platt, I got to work more, because he gave me a chance to. But then with Habas, it was more of watching from the line. So for me, I think, honestly, I don't want to be the assistant for too long. Nothing, to do with others, but I'm doing my A license on 11. I'll finish in August. So after that, I thought I would love to learn from my own mistakes. I don't want to have a big team. I want to start from second division or from first division, I-League or second division. Then I will know it will be my own philosophy. But when you become assistant, it's like you're helping your chief coach. Yeah. So, but now after 2 years, now whatever I have learned and whatever I experienced my 19-year career, that I want to do on my own, so that if there's any mistake, I will learn from the own mistake. So, but I can't do that in a big teams, but I can only do that from a first or second division. This is what I'm. Of course, it's risky, but that's how you learn, right? It will take 2 years. But then you can go straight to the big club with your big name. But then if nothing goes right, then there is no way coming back. Yeah. But it's always better to come. I feel to learn something and then coming up slowly, gradually. This is what I've been thinking, and I'm starting my own football school in Manipur and Nagaland. Nagaland, why? Because Nagaland there's a lot of interest. Yeah. But have you heard any player coming from Nagaland? No. So that's why I just want to. In Manipur, we have so many players, but it's all individual. But we have no proper school. So that's why I want to start a school in Manipur and Nagaland. Because Baichumutia has already started in Delhi. He has got so many centers, right? But we need to give back something to Northeast, Of course, I'm close to everyone. That's why I'm happy that now football is spread out.
Kashmir. Will you be a residential?
No, not residential. I don't have that much money to become a residential, but I'll hire a coach. I will charge the players. So, but it will be the philosophy, the training will be my own training. It's not like just for the name Renedy Football School, but the training every day the kids are going to get will be my training, my own philosophy.
Okay, so Mizoram has started a lot of wholesome development for 5-6 years, and suddenly now Aizawl FC has won the I-League. You were there in Shillong. Then Neroka won the second division league. I think you were there in Imphal for that. Yeah. So suddenly this season has been all about the clubs from Northeast claiming their place in Indian football. What do you think? What was the vision that got implemented properly?
It's a long due, why? Because thanks to Calcutta teams, where they gave us a chance to showcase our skill. We didn't have any proper team from Manipur or Mizoram or Meghalaya. But then we have to thank the Calcutta teams as well for taking us and for giving us a chance to perform. And that's how we all make it big, right? In even say Baichung, whoever, even Sunil, whoever, we just have to thank them for making us big. And after that, we have so many players from Manipur since '96, I think, playing, in Calcutta or Goa. Many players in Goa, many. But then we never had, Of course, we always want to have a team from home as well, so where we can go back and play. But in my at least career, we never got to see that. But now at least, like I said, it's a long due. And then I should say thanks to Ming, who started a club which is 10 years back, and we have to thank him because it was only Calcutta and Bengal those days, the big teams. So all the best players are there. But now it's spread out well, because Ming has started his own club. It's not easy to start because it's a non-profitable. You're not earning money from football. No, maybe in the long run, but not now. So Ming is the one who makes us the Northeast believe that we can also start a team. Players there are lots, but he's the one who started, and that's how the Mizo guys followed. And there's a guy called Tete who is the secretary.
Yeah, I just interviewed him.
So I met him yesterday, and then we are good friends, right? So if you see Manipur football from 2011 to 2017, there's nothing. But if you see Mizoram football from 2011 to now, what they have done is terrific. And the credit should go to Tete, the secretary. And then Ming has been doing that for many years, because Meghalaya was never, of course there are a few players, but it's not a big footballing state like Manipur. There are so many players playing in Meghalaya, but Meghalaya, look at the structure-wise, whatever, infrastructure-wise, what Ming has done, it's a good thing. Manipur in that way, it's lacking behind with all the big names. And then I would, it's not that I'm targeting the football association, but for the clubs also, it's been lacking behind. And if we don't catch up right now, there will be a big gap. Manipur will always be like, bada players and or nahi and stuff. So thanks to Neroka, and that's my uncle's team again. We are very close, and then the son is quite passionate about it, the director Nauba. So this is the second year he took, and then they qualified. So you can just imagine if you are a little organized, then it's not that difficult to qualify for that, and it shows, the Neroka shows that, right? Yeah. So what Neroka has done for Manipur football, I think there are a lot of people who has got money. Of course, not big like Mumbai or Calcutta, but there are people who has got money. They will follow the Neroka way or the Aizawl or Meghalaya. So it's a good thing, and then I'm sure a lot of Northeast players, they don't have to come out and play. The best ones who, if they want to earn big money, they can come out, but with medium kind of money, they can play in at home and then do it.
So you really you think the Manipur Premier League or the Nagaland Premier League, we already know Shillong and Mizoram Premier League are they are doing well and the players are getting paid well in their own right. I think these other state leagues also will come and provide a living wage.
Honestly, football, I-League teams, the players are not getting that much. In ISL, of course, yes, they are earning well, but structure-wise, I think they are going in the right direction. Aizawl, Lajong, and now Neroka FC. It's not a big money like. Of course, they can't compete with the mainland. But in football, it's not only about the money. It's a team game, and that's the example what Aizawl has done, right? Compared to the big spenders, they are nowhere near the big spenders. But it's a team they have done. So of course, I want, as a Players Association president, I want players to earn money. Yeah. I don't want players to play for. That's why we have been fighting for minimum salary. It has to have a minimum wages, right? Otherwise, if you don't have a minimum wages, we'll give 2,000 play. So players need to have a minimum wages so that they can live a good life. It's not like they play for 15 years and then don't earn nothing, right? So minimum wages is very, very important. And then now coming back to the league, now I hope there will be the parallel league, so that players. This is why we went. This is the problem we have been facing for last 2 years. So when I went for a meeting in AFC where Dato was the chairman, so we said that now what's happening for last 2 years is players playing in I-League, the best players, they're playing in the players playing in ISL, playing in the I-League. Yeah. So then, if JJ is our star striker who has been doing well, player of the year, plays in I-League, plays in ISL, and if he plays in I-League, then where will our under-19s, under-17 stars, where will they get to play? So after JJ is now maybe 30, and after 4 years, who will take JJ's place? Or Sunil's place will retire in a few years. So if you don't have a backup plan, so there are so many players getting unemployed, sitting at home.
Is that the position of FPAI you want? Your first preference is a one league?
First preference is one league, so that more number of players get a chance to play. Yeah. That's it. Because right now I think one league is not possible. Yeah. So if one league is not possible, and if it goes the same 3 months ISL and 3 months I-League, then the youngsters will not have any chance, because I'm sure the club, they don't want to lose, so they will, again after ISL, they will take the same player. Yeah. So there won't be other new player playing for I-League. So I think if it's placed at the same time, then players will survive, because one player is going to play only one league, not both leagues. Yeah.
But since we already have this predicament of I-League being the top division, and ISL probably getting an AFC Cup slot, so ISL teams will outspend I-League clubs, and then we'll have a clear situation where I-League clubs will struggle to get good players. Right? And then we'll have situations like Aizawl FC playing in Asia without quality players. So do you see is this a conundrum that sometimes what is good for the players at this situation with a dual league is actually bad for some of the clubs?
Yeah, but we have to see, we if you go by the emotions, it's so difficult. I know that Calcutta teams, I've played for 12 years. we have to do something, because by playing this league 3 months here, 3 months there, and then for clubs it's good, but then look at Indian football, where we will go. After a few years we will be far 180, 200 again. Indian football, whatever little bit is coming up also will go down. So I know there has to be a sacrifices. There has to be for the betterment of Indian football. Because I know Mohun Bagan is Bengal with 100,000 supporters. There are a lot of things, but they will have a meeting soon so that something good can come up in 1 week.
Do you think they can get into ISL in 1 week?
This is something we are not the what do you call that? We don't call shots. The people who are going to call shots, it's up there. They have to decide, but then they have to decide for the betterment.
So you were there in the Kuala Lumpur meeting.
Yeah.
What impression did you take? Like, how long will it be there till we get actually a one league?
Maybe in 3 years. I think we should be able to see in 3 years, able to see one league.
So you think it's
and there should be in 3 years there should be a promotion as well. If you don't have a promotion, say for 3 years the I-League team doesn't get a chance to play in ISL, right? But again, 3 years, of course, they can work on it. They can work on it. But after 3 years, if there is no promotion relegation, then for I-League teams there is no sense to play. Yeah, of course, 3 years they can, I hope they can sacrifice. But then after 3 years, there should be a promotion where the players, if I'm a 19-year-old player playing in I-League, then I should be able to think that, ISL, to look up to. And for they shouldn't be comfortable as well. For them, if there is no relegation, then I'll just get money and play. Then there is no point. So in the longer run, there should be more teams and promotion and relegation.
So you are in favor of a proper merger where all the ISL I-League teams come
together?
Yes,
in the long run, yes.
Yeah. So how many clubs do you think a country like India should have in the top division and the second division?
See, for me, the more teams, the better.
Yeah.
More teams, the better. Of course, I don't decide. I'm not a decision maker, but more numbers of teams, the better for us.
And what is your thoughts on the number of foreigners that are there?
See, this is what in the meeting also we have always said as an Indian thing, association thing. The more number of Indian players will be better for the Indian football. More number of foreigners means every, say suppose if they play 6, so 8. So there's so many players who are going to. So if less number of foreigners, good for us. Of course, they needed to have a marquee coach, marquee player, but this is not the time, I think. So it's there is no marketing this year, right? So
it's not mandatory.
It's not mandatory. So I think there will be a lot of fresh new player, even foreigner quality player, but more numbers should be Indian players.
Okay, so with ISL probably expanding, and I-League also will have 10 clubs and all that stuff. We'll probably see 20 clubs in ISL and I-League combined, and that part seems to be sort of growing. Right?
Yeah.
Do you see the same kind of growth in the lower division?
So when we have that, I think. Because if the lower division, because India, like I said, there is no TV money. Yeah. There is no. So I'm sure in 5 months or 6 months down the line, they will be buying and selling. So suppose if the lower teams has good players. So normally what happened right now in India is any big club, or East Bengal Mohun Bagan has been doing the same thing, right? See, from Aizawl, there are 4 or 5 players. We all know it's all gone to
East Bengal. Yeah.
East Bengal. And Aizawl, they don't have money to make them stay back, right? So, and then who is the loser? Aizawl. After preparing them for 2-3 years, and then suddenly in one moment it's gone. So then I think East Bengal Mohun Bagan has to realize that now there is someone on top of them, ISL teams. Yeah. So now they are worried that all the best players are going there. So but then if you see Mohun Bagan and East Bengal, they have been doing that for all these years, because they have money, they have the power, so nobody says anything then. But now when there is bigger team, then Mohun Bagan and East Bengal saying that all the best players are going, how we are going to survive? But think about Lajong. Think about Aizawl, how they have been surviving, or JCD for so many years, because all the big players are there. Yeah. This is what has been happening. So if you see Chelsea, Manchester City. So look at Holland, look at France. All the big players, the moment the players become big, or they all go to Spain, Italy, or English. So this will happen. But the only thing how the young, the less money team can survive is by selling. So this will come in. That's what it was in the meeting. In 5-6 months time or 7 months time, the rule will come where the players, the club can sell the players.
So the transfer money.
The transfer
system.
money.
Yeah.
Then the lower league club will survive. Otherwise, there is no way they can survive, right?
Okay. But
then it will be balanced.
so that and promotion relegation, because like a lower division club will always want a way to.
They want to see something that going up, and up there who is playing there, they shouldn't be too comfortable over there, so they have to come down. Otherwise, what's the point of playing?
Yeah. So just maneuvering this through FPAI, representing almost the entire chunk of elite players in India through the association. So how difficult has it been to deal with the federation since you are not yet a recognized players association so far? Has it been like, have they been cooperative or?
Honestly, it was not easy.
Yeah.
It was never a easy thing, for so many years. But somehow, look at Mohun Bagan, East Bengal. In our time, players don't get paid. We didn't get paid for 6 months. After winning the league in Goa against Churchill, 6 months we didn't get payment. Every evening we used to go to, that was I think Balaram. Every evening we used to go to Balaram office and wait for the money, our money. That we are supposed to get our salary for 6 months, and then even East Bengal those days, the time has changed now. After Players Association, I think the money most of the time, 90% of the time is on time, and even if there is a problem, the players come and ask the association to help. So we call them, and then they say that what is the thing. So there is always a mutual understanding now. Before players doesn't have to wait for, or if players get injured, then they just kick them out, and salary, even if you sign for 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, you will not get after 3 months. But now things are getting better, because of the Players Association, the players are getting payment on time. Or if they don't get, then we fight for them, and then we get it. So the understanding between the clubs are much better. The understanding now, for the first time, they have invited us for the AFC League. This was the first time, and thanks to Baichung as well, who has been helping. Who is also an advisor to AFF and helping. He himself is a player, so he knows what players need. So he's the one who who said that who make us invite to come to AFC meeting. But again, Dato, like I said, when he said that players is the number one priority, and that was the best thing to hear. At least being a player, and then now sitting in that room, and then hearing that from a chairman was the best thing. And then even ISL and I-League, the officials were there, so they know that players is priority. So the relation is with Kusal and Sunanda Dora were there, but it's good. And then I was there for the award night. They've invited me, so I think it's of course we all have to work together. It's not like before 5 years back they don't recognize or not recognize, but if we work together, it's for the betterment of Indian football.
So what's your take on the draft? Is it still on?
See, honestly, the players don't want draft. If we see the players' point of view, the players don't want draft, and then let's see how things will go. Like I said, we are not the decision maker. We are just there to show that what players want and not want. But decision will make by them. But again, when we said that we have to show that the players, we have done a survey where we talk about minimum and maximum salary raises, and then we talk about the draft. So I think before the draft now we have to clear it out. The main thing is if we play one league or if we play in parallel. This is what we have to. They have to clear it out. After that, we can come on draft.
Okay. So for AFC made that presentation in Kuala Lumpur. They were talking about the midterm and long-term goals, and for that there was this phase that they specified. I think it carries on till September or something, which is about researching and collecting data from all the stakeholders. Right. So players being arguably the biggest stakeholders in Indian football. How deep is FPI going to be involved in that process? The analysis and data collection that they're talking about.
So that's with the club, right? For the long run. For the long run, I'm sure it's been planned out, right? For the short run, they still have to decide.
Yeah.
So for the decision maker, I think this is something with AIFF has to do, and ISL, and they're going to have a meeting in one week time.
Yeah.
So this is something we don't make this, but from ourselves, more number of teams,
Better.
minimum wages. If the players don't want draft, so we have to be vocal about it, and then we did. So let's see how it goes.
Okay. So, what is the future for FPAI? I mean, you just before we started taping, you told us about a new office coming up. So how far further do you think the association's reach has to be? Right now you're representing most of the top and second division players. Who come to FPI with their problems and issues. Do you think it needs to reach further to junior players or academic cadets and all that stuff?
Yes, I think for right now we want to concentrate on the players, first division players, and of course we would love to help under 19. I'm sure we will in future. I'm sure we will. But right now, I think in I-League and ISL, I think these are the players we need to help. If it's structured, I'm sure the under 19s, when they're on top, if we are good, automatically, when we go to under 17, under 19, they will follow the same system.
Okay.
So it is the best thing is working together. Not having a fight, whatever problem we have. I'm not saying that whatever we say you have to do it, but if they can have a look and have a mutual understanding and go, it will be the best. So it is getting better.
Yeah. So can we see Renedy as the coach of Neroka in the future?
Good question. I think GIF has done well. I'm sure GIF has worked hard, and to bring Manipur and Neroka FC to I-League, it was not easy. But I think that I'm still doing my A license, so I will complete by August, and then I have to consider on my own football school. I think it's very important for a Manipur and a place like Nagaland. And then in the future, if anything comes up, I won't say no. But now let's wait and watch what gives, and all the best wishes for him, to do well.
Okay, so one last question. FPI told players not to sign for any club or franchise till 17.
Till the things solve out. I think it's better to wait and sign, because otherwise the players, they don't know where to go and what to do, right? So
okay. So yeah, just following up. When do you think you'll be able to give proper directives? Like, when do you think this is getting solved?
I think soon. For the shorter thing, I think for this year they have to. Otherwise, there is no time left. But for a longer run, I know that there will be more teams and then big league.
Okay. Just like a add-on finishing thing, you saw the India versus Nepal match.
Yeah, I was in Kuala Lumpur. Yeah. But I saw the highlight where the right winger, the guy from East Bengal, Rafiq.
Yeah.
It was a good work from Rafiq, and then the way he crossed and well finished.
Yeah, so
I didn't see Sandesh's Zingan goal. How was it?
Yeah, that was also pretty good. Like chested down by JJ down to Sandesh, and
it's the second goal for him, right? Against Cambodia, he scored.
Yeah.
So it's always a good thing when stopper scoring, and it's a big confident boost to Sandesh, and then he's a good defender, I think.
So what are India's chances against Kyrgyz Republic?
Honestly, we are happy to be in 100. Really happy. But as a player, if you see, I'm not criticizing anyone, but we just don't go hoo-ha, because we know that the teams who are behind us, say for the team below us are North Korea, Canada,
Iraq.
Canada, see, Ian Hume is our player of the year, or player of the tournament, or player of the league. Ian Hume, if you see, he don't get a chance. He was in and out in Canada team. So if our player of the year, or player of the league, don't get a chance, and if Canada is below us, so you can just imagine. Of course, I'm happy to be India to be 100, and they should. But then we shouldn't think about this ranking. This the ranking in 2 matches you can go way below, whatever you. But the only thing they have to see that now whatever matches we have played and what we are going to play now, it's Kyrgyzstan. It's not a bad team, and it's not a big team like say UAE or Japan or Korea. But I think we should do well at home. Yeah, but we should be very careful now, because we are going to face better teams now. I think the guys, I'm sure, they are in the right mood. They are quite confident, but they should give their best, and then all the best. This is what I said. Just keep working. Of course, win is a win anyway against Nepal, but we are going to play with a better team, so they have to work more harder. They have to work as a team.
When a player goes through an injury, okay, what is FPAI's role? Like, does it take it up with the club or federation? Whose responsibility it is to, take care of?
When you sign the contract, suppose say if I get injured playing for Bagan, and if I have a contract for a year, and during the time if I get injured, then the club should take care of it.
Does it happen?
Yeah, of course, the club should take, but it never used to. But then for last 4 or 5 years, then we fight for it. Then they come up to us and say that, oh, we are not getting paid because we got injured for 6 months and we are out now. Then if we have a contract, if we have a proper contract, then we go ahead with it and they get paid for all this.
Is there any case that came to you that the club is not taking responsibility?
In the past, yes. In the past, yes. In the past, yes. There are many players that didn't get paid, just because they were injured. Right, but now I think things are getting better. Like I said, we are working closely with the club officials. Things are getting much better.
Well, that was a man, some in-depth conversation over there, and he spoke everything about that you wanted to know, because he's the one dealing with, or his association rather, dealing with all things that are problems, issues, or whatever, good things, bad things related to players. They are the ones who take care of it. And what a great chat this was, and I hope you enjoyed it. Chiranjit, any closing thoughts, any parting thoughts?
Well, he says no merger for another 3 years. I mean, that's how he sees it.
Yeah.
So let's just see. I hope it does not come true. I hope it happens sooner.
Yeah, I think that's the buzz around, and he just stuck to that. Well, let's see. Hopefully, we will see to a lot of conclusion, a lot of things. But that's all, folks, today. Hope you enjoyed it. As also, listen to our tomorrow's show. It's going to be much exciting. Now, if you're listening to us on YouTube, hit the like, share, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon so you get updates of a new episode. You can also catch us on Twitter. Follow the TFG Football Twitter handle, and in case you also want to read the story, it will be up soon on our website, thefangarage.com. Have a great day, folks. Enjoy. Cheers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. Sorry to say, but there's been a slight delay due to the apocalypse having suddenly begun. As you can see, there's death, destruction, and chaos taking place all around us. But don't you worry, food and drinks will be served shortly, and I would recommend checking out
IVM Podcasts
to get some of your favorite Indian podcasts. We'll keep you going till this whole thing blows over. Thank you.